When beautiful energy moves through you, it brings everything to the surface. Sometimes an intense introduction of spirit will leave you spun out for a little while. Do this if you're willing to take whatever happens as a challenge to deal with your past so you can embrace your future. I invite you to be present with how you feel today. How open or not you are, how ready you are or not for a challenge. There is no shame in not wanting to be challenged. There are plenty of times when it's not time to put yourself out there. We are transitioning this time, this shared gathering, into lightning sessions, where the fires, the spiritual energy I channel, moves through those of you who sit on the hot seat. Now you play with me. You're playing with fire. When beautiful energy moves through you, it brings everything to the surface. We will do our best to be with you and stay present, yet sometimes an intense introduction of spirit will leave you spun out for a little while. Do this if you're willing to take whatever happens as a challenge to deal with your past so you can embrace your future. We will help you. We will encourage you to join and stay in the sanctuary, because I can't be with you as easily if not, and I can't be with all of you anyway, because sometimes when we're challenged, we have to be willing to find our own connection to God, Gaia, an angel that you trust, whatever your relationship to the divine. We won't be able to get to everybody, but please indicate if you would like a mini lightning session. Tom, if you're open to moderating again, I would be grateful.
Sure, gladly.
And that please place a priority if somebody, as best you can remember, people who are new over people from last week. And then if there's opening, we'll do people from last week, depending on time. Luminita. Would you like to begin with a question?
Hello. I think I'll let you tell me what's most important to know for me right now.
It looks like Chin, most of all. It looks like you keep coming to the edge of an incredible threshold with your third eye. Like you see it, you experience it, you're conscious of this. And yet there is a somewhat unconscious way in which you lose your attention and focus. And my sense is that ultimately the lack of knowing about where you're going is undermining you. Like you're still asking life. I like to say it this way. You're asking life for a prenup. You're asking life to promise you what's going to happen if you go that way.
I don't feel like I'm on the edge. I feel like I'm living on this edge for the past month and a half, at least.
Yes,
and past year. That age, but yeah, with a tremendous amount of things.
So, first of all, can you relate to the sense that you're kind of asking life for a prenup?
Not that much. I was not realizing it consciously, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because, things kind of opened a little bit more and more.
Yeah.
It's just, I had the feeling that something has changed more in the past months. And honestly, I started meditating, not in the real sense of meditating, but calming the mind down.
Mm-hmm.
A huge amount of, it's a huge increase in my progress personally perceived compared to before. It's still a struggle, because it's my main challenge to do that, I guess, for the moment. No, not consciously, just to be forward.
And I believe you. As you articulated, I see a path through the resistance in your chin that works. So it's not like a wall. It's like a fog that you seem to be forging a way through. I'd like to learn a little more though. When you meditate, are you always trying to calm your mind?
I want to keep above the threshold where it's a lot of intensity, if you know what I mean.
So sometimes my experience is the meditation itself is to focus your energy, not to dampen it.
It is focused on the breath, and since couple of three days actually, I'm exercising the keyring a lot.
Awesome. So the keyring meditations end up going deeper into what I call a kinesthetic meditation. So you learn to put your attention not just on the breath, which you've been training, but on the breath in relation to each chakra. So what you're doing is you're taking the core intensities that you've already accessed and spreading them out all through your body.
Yeah, and I had an experience 2 days ago based on Sarah's video, what she was explaining there in the group. And I actually let my breath guide me, and then something else was happening there.
Yes. Really clear. It's good. Now, the ultimate guidance that we're going to leave you with, I'd like you to hold as boring but powerful. Keep going.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Like, you're on the right path. It's working. You've already signed up for the Sacred Creatures course. You've joined our community. Bless you and welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're a gift. Thank you for being here. And I really appreciate and look forward to what you're going to learn and how you can share.
Me too. Really, super much. It's life-changing for sure.
Thank you for being here, Luminita.
Thank you, Daniel, and everyone.
Angie.
Hey.
For all of you who don't know, Angie is part of this community a very long time. She helped me be part of the first online space, as did Tom. She's in our teacher training. She's a wonderful part of what we are. That being said, do you have a question?
How or what is the most important thing that I need to know to navigate through 2025 with greater ease?
This is so easy.
Okay.
To clearly distinguish exactly what you're ready to give and exactly what you aren't.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
You have extraordinary gifts, but you also aren't ready to share in other ways. And you've lumped it all together and you've accurately identified that you're not ready to take on this and this responsibility, and you don't feel comfortable guiding people in this way. And you're right, but you've been circling that into I'm not ready. I will help you distinguish exactly what you're ready to give. And I want to, because your gifts are awesome. You've got so much to give our community. Angie is absurd, all right? She basically, it's like she studied all these things all on her own and just kept going up, 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 out, 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 and just cataloging, cataloging, and cataloging. It's like she absolutely has to share and help other people. So we just have to get it in a form where you can feel confident that you can stick to that. And you can do it again, and you can do it again. And you know how to say no when people ask you to go further or off to the left or teach me this, which you're like, nope, that's not my core competency right now.
I've been getting visions of the last 2 weeks of things that I can do with all the things that I've learned over the last 4 to 5 years spiritually, and how to put them into play, like step by step. How to do a business in my home, how to clean my house step by step, get it all ready, start to have customers coming in, how to set up website, how to I've been getting a lot, and it's like I'm trying not to. I don't want to get too excited.
Stop.
Okay.
What is that? What does that mean? Get too excited.
Like the depth that I have been shown, I don't know if I can step into that.
Yes, you can. You need help.
Okay.
You need help. Guess what? So do I.
Okay.
We all do. That's why we're together. Now, may I remember pause, okay?
Okay.
Absolutely, you're right to say pause whenever, all right?
Okay.
I want to suggest a simple little equation here. You appreciate the river and the stream, right?
Yes.
The programming you have in you that says, I don't want to get too excited, came from a space where some unconscious part of you knew that if you got too much energy flowing, it would dredge up trauma.
Mhm.
I would suggest to you that you appreciate that you've already shared a very deep core part of your trauma.
Right.
I'm not going to reveal that right now or anything. We're not going into it. I just want to address it in that way. You've already brought up what I would encourage you to trust is the critical stuck piece. I don't think it's ever going to be that hard again.
Okay.
So this is maladaptive programming you have telling you not to get excited. And I'd encourage you to be a little more like, come on, realize who Angie is. You're pretty tough. Like, you've been through a lot. If more shit comes up, you'll get more help.
Yeah.
Keep going and file this under side job to deal with trauma. It's no longer first job, it's side job.
Right. Feel good. I did better this full moon. I did so much better. The chaos mind only lasted 6 hours, not days.
Oh, awesome.
And I even managed, I did the beginner sun salutation, and I made it to 9.5 minutes, and I didn't want to push too far, and it felt so good. The energy flowing
Oh.
it was huge. I was like, oh my God, this is what you guys are talking about. It was so good.
And you want to know one of the reasons it works that way? The sun salutations, I would say, are the most commonly used sequence in yoga. So when we tap into sun salutations, we're tapping into everyone who's ever done a sun salutation. But we're tapping into it in a wildflower fire unique way. And you can just tap that. And the beauty of the sun surrenders is we're building this, you can just keep going. So that feeling you got, the secret is, in order to keep getting that feeling, you do have to keep progressing. All right. But you don't have to go past an hour, in my experience. Like, you can use an hour for years and years and years. So just look at it with joy, not like you've got to get there, but like you get to keep advancing. If you got that feeling at 9 minutes, awesome, you did it.
Yeah.
So keep doing that and just kind of curiously watch that level recede to get a little higher.
Okay.
Angie,
you.
you're wonderful. Can I put you on the spot?
Yes.
I have an idea for you.
Okay.
I would like to help you develop a mini course for people in some form of implementing intuitive awareness through pendulums, through other means.
I can do that.
I think you need it. I think you've done so much work on your own, and the part of you, the psychic, spiritual part of you that's developed your own unique intuition, needs respect before you're going to progress on all these other things.
Thank you.
And you deserve it. And I think you could bless our community by developing it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We love you, Angie.
I love you guys. I hold deep love for our community and deep love for you. Thank you.
Michelle.
Yes, hello. Hello, Daniel.
Is it Michelle or Michael?
Yes, Michelle.
Michelle. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michelle.
It's all right.
How are you?
Yeah, very good. I joined the sanctuary as well, and
Awesome.
yeah, feeling great.
This is so cool. I didn't know you and Heather were the ones who joined because your emails are different. So it's really, I'm so glad you're with us.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Do you have a quest, Sean?
Yeah, I'm interested, like what you can feel about my energy field, like what I can sense myself is my already have like for pretty much all the time, like I feel my shoulders being a bit more tight. And the
Mhm.
next thing I can feel or sense is that sometimes I feel like a bit under excited where I can be more excited at times.
Yeah, it looks like you're blowing out your heart this week. So, you know how a circuit breaker works?
No.
So a circuit breaker is an electric system which says if the amount of power getting pulled this gets past a certain threshold, we're going to shut off the circuit because it's dangerous. You could start a fire. Your heart looks like you're opening, and blowing it out. So what you need to do in this case is when your shoulders are tense, what I see, the challenge is you need to have a better channel where to put this energy. So what kind of projects do you have that can actually hold the intensities you're accessing?
Yeah. So that's a question I need to answer.
Okay, so let's look at it from a different perspective. You notice the style of meditation, the Kabbalistic meditation I introduced with Emiliano?
Yeah.
So let's try to like ruminate on this from a different angle. What dreams have you been kind of keeping on the back burner?
For myself,
Yeah.
like what dreams I didn't fully let go of, or what do you mean?
Well, sort of. We're kind of getting there. Like let's take a sidestep to get there in a better way. If you're young and you read a lot of books and you listen to some lectures about someone who claims to be enlightened, you're going to get an idea about what enlightenment is, right? But if you're not quote unquote enlightened, your idea about enlightenment is not going to be accurate.
Yeah.
So in order to get deeper, you have to, at first your idea is helpful because it does something to bring you towards a healthier spiritual way. But then it becomes a detriment because it wasn't accurate to begin with. So you got to let it go.
Yeah.
So it looks to me like you have some old dreams which you're holding too tight in their old form, and you need to let them go so they can change and become something new.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Let's take it a little bit more present, if you don't mind. What's an old dream that you could surrender to be reformed?
Yeah. Like, so are we more looking into my kind of spiritual goals and dreams, or more into like physical, what I want to achieve in my
Anything.
business?
How
or
you spend
things?
your time. What I'm looking for is a daily or at least weekly commitment that's going to channel this energy into creating life.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what I feel like I channel a lot of energy into already.
So
It's like I'm very deep into my practices every day. I'm working on the things I enjoy, my business, and making progress there. Yeah.
so can you all I'm saying is spiritually, it's still like the bucket's too small to contain the water you're pouring into it.
Okay.
So how can you expand this?
So I need to expand the bucket.
Yeah. Now in your practice, the simple way to do this, I don't know if you've tackled any of our practices yet. I mean, if you've got something that works, great, but you need to challenge yourself. Like, what is it? Like, simple version is like holding something, a pose that's difficult. Doing 10 reps of something that's really hard. Do you have a pull-up bar?
No, not at home. No.
Okay, so how about you get a pull-up bar?
Sounds good.
I'm not even going to say anything else with it. There are a lot of things you can do with the pull-up bar. Put it in the way. Put it in the way of your movement in your house.
Yeah.
And then you're in the sanctuary, and I'll give you 10 challenges, and you just sort of start to build that into your day. And you notice I try to tailor this. Like with Fergus, I was saying, I think you should learn to do Aikido rolls on the sidewalk. It's a pretty intense thing to do. With you, I think a pull-up bar is going to work. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. It's a very good idea, actually.
Awesome. Now with your business, same deal. Okay, good. You're pouring energy into it. I want every day to be, I want you to want to do you want to get out of bed in the morning when you wake up?
Yeah. Like,
You do?
yeah, most of the days for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So all I want you to do is take that feeling of wanting and see how you can expand it. Take it to the next level. The other day, last night, I was walking through the house in the dark. And I was looking for a lighter. And I said intuitively, I think the lighter's there. And I reached my hand down and it was there. I challenge myself to regularly be intuitive like that. So we just want to, wherever you are, bring it further. I'm just throwing out a totally random, different kind of challenge. But the point is, this can go on forever and you can enjoy it. You just got to keep receding your goals, keep making them deeper. And your spirit is screaming, you want more, you want deeper goals, you want a bigger bucket.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you
So
so
glad
much.
to have you here, Michelle. I'm so glad you're in the sanctuary. Please, guys, if you're ready, introduce yourself. Luminita did. So Heather and Michelle, I'm looking forward to you introducing yourselves as well.
All right, for sure.
So I have a little, very simple song that I use to end these prayers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a prayer and then I'm going to sing this, and I want to do it regularly. And I'd like you to, it's so easy to learn. And you can do it with the mic off if you want eventually. Today, you might not get it yet. But that's how I'll end, and then I'm going to click off, okay? Gaia, please guide us through these changing times. Please help us trust our own calling, both internally and in the world around us. May we know where to rest our minds and our hearts. May we know where to channel our spirit. May we trust the steps we need to take, and may you guide us away from harm and destruction and into places and spaces and ways that are thriving. Help us know who we can support, love well in the moment, live with in a way that works. Help us learn the ways that will work with our friends and families. And help us release those who cannot or will not come now, both grieving and leaving open the possibility that if they work for it, they may join us. Thank you for those who have gathered here. Thank you for creating life together with us. Thank you for creating hope. Thank you for believing in each other. Thank you for believing in me. You helped me be a better person. I'm very grateful. Show us the edge of what we can become. Show us the steps we need to take to grow together, and help us enjoy the journey as we do. Gaiana, 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 Gaia, Gaiana, 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 Gaia.